This is the moment when everything you thought you knew about markets crashes down, and it hits hard. You've launched ideas that should have changed the game, poured sweat, sleepless nights, and blood into them, yet all you hear is silence. No buzz, no traction, just that gnawing feeling. Is this market even ready? Is the world waiting for what you're building? Or have you been chasing shadows? This pain is brutal because it feels like the universe is mocking you. You're stuck in the limbo of almost, that torturous place where everyone else seems to catch the wave, and you're left behind, waving helplessly as opportunity sails away. The truth? Most people look for the obvious signs, the headlines, the shiny stats, the flashy funding rounds. But the market's readiness whispers, it doesn't shout. It sends signals so subtle that only the relentless, the hunters who refuse to settle, can catch them. How do you read these hidden signals? It's never about the numbers you watch on the surface. It's about the discomfort under the surface, the cracks that tell you something's shifting faster than anyone admits. When the status quo begins to frown, when your customers start questioning the old ways, even if they don't say it out loud, that's your power switch clicking on. When people pause in their routines, hesitate more, start craving solutions that don't exist yet, the market is waking up. It's restless, hungry. Feel that itch? That discomfort in your gut? That's your marketplace signaling that old rules are breaking, and there's space, just for you, to build something new. This isn't about following the herd or watching waiting lists. This is about being a radical observer, a rebel who sees the invisible threads weaving change beneath everyone else's feet. Look closer. Where is the resistance? That negative pushback you hate? The skepticism, the slow adoption. Those are not failures. They are the market testing you, the raw energy before emergence. In those cracks lie your most potent insights. Why? Because readiness isn't about comfort. It's about tension. The market only moves forward when the discomfort of status quo overpowers the fear of the new. And how do you turn that tension into unstoppable momentum? You don't wait for the right data point or perfect timing. You listen, deeply. Listen to the quiet frustration in early adopters who say, "This works, but it's not enough." Notice the subtle shifts in conversations, even in places you don't think matter. The small forums, the weird corners of the internet where real people vent without filters. You start by looking beyond what people say. They don't know yet what they need. You watch what they do when no one's watching. That small change in behavior, the new habit forming hesitantly in the background, that's your gold. Markets don't shift because someone announces a revolution. They shift when millions quietly start to bend. Now take a breath, because this is your gateway to transcendence. If you can spot these whispers, these tremors under the ground, you hold a secret power most miss. You're not about hiring hype or buying buzz. You're about tuning into the raw human currents that ripple under the polished surface. This demands obsession. Obsession with details no one else bothers to parse. It demands patience harder than steel, because these signals don't light up overnight. Ask yourself, where is unmet need hidden? What problem festers beneath the polite smiles and standard surveys? That rotting core, ignored by the majority, is where markets get ready. When the good enough becomes too painful to tolerate, something new bursts through. Your job is to have the courage to listen where others cover their ears. Don't fall for the trap of ready meaning widespread adoption. Markets are built by the misaligned, the misunderstood few who see something unready and refuse to accept it. It's a war of persistence against comfort, against the invisible chains that tell you to wait. But waiting kills the fire inside. The real winners ignite that fire and watch as it spreads. One hidden signal? The rise of micro-communities crafting their own rules, not waiting for massive markets to show up, but forming oxygen-rich pockets where new ideas breathe. These are the underground laboratories of readiness. Have you mapped them? Are you part of them? If not, you're missing the pulse. These clusters can't be found in spreadsheets, but in conversations, collaborations, and sometimes in conflict. Another secret? Watch the experts, the gatekeepers of the old guard. When they quietly shift, hesitate, or start hedging their bets, the tide turns behind the scenes. Their discomfort is a giant's first misstep. When they stop saying impossible and start nervously asking how, the gates crack. Here's what most don't get: readiness is not a state, it's a movement, a fractal wave that starts in the smallest places and crashes into the biggest. You won't see it in grand movements at first, you'll see it in the subtle shifts, those souls who refuse to settle. They are the perfect customers today, the early believers who roar tomorrow. They are your oxygen. What about the role of technology? It's a lie that tech alone drives readiness. Tech is a tool, not a trigger. The true ignition comes from narratives rewriting how people see their lives. When your innovation tells a story so raw and real that it resonates deeply and challenges how people imagine themselves, you've found a signal that can't be ignored. That means your job is not just to build a product, but to tap into a movement of becoming, transforming identities, and breaking the comfort of the usual. The moment someone starts to picture themselves differently, more powerful, freer, capable, that is market readiness breathing right in their lungs. If this sounds overwhelming, remember it's not about being perfect. It's about being present. Presence is everything. Presence in conversations, in data, in feelings, in failures, in small wins. The market will give you signs from every angle if you open your senses fiercely enough. The market is whispering, and if you've got the heart to listen, the fire to respond, the patience to persist, your time is now. This journey is not about comfort. The world isn't waiting with a red carpet for the cautious. It demands ferocity. It calls those who would rather break than bend. So don't chase the illusion of mass approval. Chase real tension. Follow the people who resist but keep showing up. Build with them, for them, and the market that screams ready will reveal itself. Understand this: market readiness doesn't come from fitting in. It comes from standing out and screaming into the void until the void screams back. It's uncomfortable. It's lonely. But in that loneliness, you forge connection with the few who matter, the ones who will remake everything. So watch for these hidden signals like a hawk. Watch for behaviors shifting before beliefs do. Watch for micro habits forming. Watch where resistance turns into restless curiosity. Watch for the expert's hesitation and the quiet birth of new communities. These are the sparks in darkness. And when you recognize them, move fast but stay steady. Don't just sell a product. Craft a revolution of identity and belonging around it. The market is a living thing. It wakes not by products, but by the stories that make it feel alive, seen, and possible. This is your call to arms, to listen harder, see clearer, and respond with ruthless precision. The market is ready if you dare to see it. Dare to be the one who refuses to wait for permission. The hidden signals are here. Can you hear them? Can you run toward them when everyone else runs away? Your future depends on it. The market doesn't wait forever, and neither should you. The time to act is raw, wild, urgent, and it's now.